Hello, beautiful.
Good morning.
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Let's try this. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Everything on my end is good. Can you hear me yet?
Let me.
AUX mode.
Okay, try talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. It was on my end. My son
Okay.
played a game or something. I don't know what setting he messed with, but
Okay.
I
Yeah,
apologize.
kids get in and mess with computers and they can do all sorts of things, huh?
They sure can.
How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm
Good.
doing well.
Good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, we had my family comes over on the second Sunday of every month.
Oh,
And
fun.
it is. And so many people. So many people, which is fine. I love it when they all come over.
Uh-huh.
Older, so that we don't have little ones that have got to be that are crying or all that stuff. We're way past that stuff.
Right.
So a lot of times we just can sit around and just visit and talk and laugh and so much fun, just so much fun. So I love that. I love that. And then Saturday was just a Saturday. I got my hair done. I like getting my hair done. I haven't painted since Friday though, and I'm anxious to get to it. And I've got so much going on today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint today. So anyway, it'll come.
I love that you're excited to do it again though.
Oh my gosh, I am loving it so much. And I had, I just about every day though, I have conversations with God that are like, really, are you sure this is it? And even this morning it was, I say my libs, or I listen to my libs every day. And of course my goal in there is about my weight. And I'm pretty good with my eating. Some days like last night, we had family over. I had a hamburger, I had some chips and a root beer float, a tiny root beer float, but still root beer float.
Right.
And it's like, I've lived for so long. I don't know if you'd say I used food as punishment, because it wasn't the punishment, but the restriction has been so strong with it, geared to it, that you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this. Right. That I really feel like now's a time to just relax with that. Yes, eat healthy because I feel better when I do, but don't beat myself when I have something that is not on the program, right?
Right.
But that's not helping me as far as, interesting thoughts come into my mind as I'm about to say this. That's not helping me as far as really being able to reach my goal. And the thought is, are you sure? Are you sure? And it's like, but Heavenly Father, painting, I don't see how painting is helping me, or self-care. And he says, you pay attention to what you need to, and it's all going to work out. Timing wise, don't worry about the timing. Yes, I know I've got a date of November 1st on my goal. Okay, then that's good. That's fine. We have dates. But this whole idea of self-care is kind of foreign to me, and really important. And if I learn how to do it, I really try to stay away from that word. If I learn how to experience that better, everything else is just going to fall into place. That's how it feels. And to me, that is just weird. It goes against everything that we're taught. No, if you want to lose weight, you've got to follow a program perfectly and do exactly what it says. No, I don't.
Right.
I need to be taking care of Cosette.
Yep.
And so that's my focus, and I'm enjoying it. And it's good. It just feels good.
Yeah.
I wrote, I think when I did the intake form about, do I need to leave my libs where they are? Because I feel like I'm not doing anything to make money, but my first one is, money is the easiest thing in the world to make. I make $2,000 a month. Okay. I feel like instead of saying money is the easiest thing to make, that maybe the better thing to say is money is the easiest thing in the world to attract. How does that feel?
I love it. Sorry, I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
But I will talk to Allison just
Okay.
because she doesn't like to change those unless we reached those 3 boxes.
I know.
And so, but I'm just going to run it by her because I can totally feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And if that will be an okay change. So.
Yeah, do that. I'm writing it down also because I like it.
I really like it.
Because I just feel right now, and I'm not saying that this is where it's going to stay, but right now, my focus is not on money. And I feel like I've been told very lovingly, but sternly, let go of this need that you have to make money.
Okay.
It needs to be, that's my job. Allow me to do it. In this partnership that I'm in with God, He is a senior partner and He's the one that dictates what my part is.
Right.
And if He's telling me, you let me work on this part, and He's shown me, look what He's done for me, right?
Right.
He's shown me how He is really, really good at it. Trust that He can be good at it, and then work on the things that I know I need to work on that He's telling me to do.
Right.
It doesn't mean I will not make money from those things. It just means that I let go of the whole idea that that is my job. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're leaning into God is source.
Yeah.
And you're really leaning into that in a like where you are changing and rewiring your brain to go to Him as source instead of, oh, painting can bring me money, or
yes.
I can be a coach and that can bring me money. No, you're leaning into your true source.
That's exactly what I feel like I need to be doing. And that lib, in my mind, goes against that.
Okay.
By putting it, money is the easiest thing in the world to make.
Right.
Okay. So it's the easiest thing in the world to attract, because honestly, and here's a story that I've not told you before. I don't think I've told you. In Leslie Householder's work, she's got a program called Mindset Mastery. And one of the things you do in Mindset Mastery is to set a inconsequential goal.
Okay.
And because I have believed, even though I have evidence otherwise, I have believed that I do not do well at attracting money. I thought, and this was not that long ago, just at the beginning of the year. I decided to set myself an inconsequential goal of receiving $10. I know I can just go to the bank and get it out of my account, right?
Right.
No. This needed to be a situation where I literally reached my hand out and took the money in my hand and said, thank you very much.
Okay.
From an unexpected source.
Okay.
That was my goal, right?
Awesome. Uh-huh.
I envisioned it. I saw myself. I felt, oh my gosh, oh, thank you so much. I felt it. I experienced it and I let it go, trusting that it was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
A few weeks later, I get a phone call from a lady. In fact, I didn't even answer the phone at first because it was one of those numbers. She called, she left a message and she says, I know your daughter. I hear you teach paint classes. I'd really like to have a class for me and my daughters. And it's like, sure, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have you come over. My daughter didn't even know this woman. She met her. She was a realtor that was going door to door asking people if they wanted to sell their homes.
Oh, okay.
And they got in a conversation about, oh, my mom does this painting. Okay.
Right.
Truly a stranger. I said at the time, we have the painting class. We have a great time. Unlike most people who say, what's your Venmo account? She pulls out $200.
Oh, wow.
And hands me the $200, and I take it in my hand and I say, oh, thank you very much. But it didn't dawn on me on that moment what was happening until a week or so later. It was like, oh, I set that goal for $10. Huh, that hasn't come about. And I was reminded, no, you didn't get 10, you got 200 instead.
Right. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh, Heavenly Father, how could I miss that? Right?
Right.
He is so good. He
Yes.
is so good to me.
Yes.
And to me, those are just this one and then the one with the money that from the property are just two awesome examples of him saying, I'm telling you, I'll take care of you. Can you trust me in this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, I trust that you are taking care of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to change my lib. So explain that to Allison, if you would,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely. Yep.
Because yeah, I know I haven't reached that goal, so to speak.
Right.
But and in all honesty, in setting up my libs, and because I've done this over and 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 over for the last 20 years, when I set this kind of stuff up, I try and tune into, well, what do I really want? Well, I don't know, but maybe I should put down this. There's too many shoulds that go into it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And well, I should want, everybody else is saying that they want money. I should want it. And I feel lazy if I'm not working. So I need to do that. So we'll put that down for a little bit. Maybe that will inspire me to do something.
Okay.
That's not the right way to do it.
Right.
The right way to do it is to really be getting in tune with my heart. And I feel like these libs, because I'm still doing them every day.
Right.
Are helping me get in tune with what my heart truly wants. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So they are helping get rid of I mean, I cleared out so many programs that don't serve me, which
Good.
I'm loving that so much. But this is an area where, yes, it needs to be, attracting money is the easiest thing in the world to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
I will take that to her and I will get back to you. It'll probably be later today since she's still sleeping.
No
right?
worries.
Probably.
No worries. Yeah.
Whoever
You're
needs
busy,
to know.
I'm busy. It's all good.
Okay.
One word listening to libs this way is not going to hurt me.
Right. No, it won't. So we just talked about that. So with these old programs that you're feeling like are needing to change, what besides like money being one that you're bumping up against, what other programs are you bumping up against that you're feeling or needing that change?
I don't know that I'm bumping up
Okay.
as much as when I do the weight thing. It's like I don't feel. Allison talks about the must. You'll do anything. You'll do absolutely
Mhm.
anything. And the way she talks about the way I receive what she's saying is very, very masculine. That doesn't sit well with me. Okay.
Mhm.
What I feel like my must is learning to relax with myself. Oh, yes. Really learning to relax with myself rather than you got to do, 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 you got to do.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, I beat myself up with that so much, or have in the past. I'm getting much better at it. I'm getting much better. So, and there's that part of me that goes, oh yes, but if you're not constantly on yourself to do better, do better, do better, do better, you're not going to ever measure up. And it's like, no, that's not my problem.
Mhm.
That really isn't my problem. I had an interesting, I did the second appointment with Justin this last week,
Oh, good.
which I love his insights. I love what he says so much. And one of the things that he said, and of course I don't have it in front of me, is when I really feel that something is true, that I am firmly entrenched and committed to it. And he's right. And so that the behavior comes through my belief, which we know that's true. We behave
Right.
according to what we believe, right?
Yep.
But if I'm constantly beating myself up and telling myself, oh, you need to do this better and you need to do that better and you need to change this, the belief that is putting into my head is that I'm never enough.
Right.
Whereas if I learn to relax, I had an interesting experience the other morning as I started to write was, oh, think of how you did this and think of how this went right. And think of when you accomplished this. It was
Mhm.
like, oh, I've done some really cool things in my life. I really
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
It's time I remembered those things rather than thinking about, yeah, but yesterday you had a root beer float.
Right. I'm really curious. Do you have any pattern interrupts that you utilize in your life?
Um,
Like if you bring that beat up stick out,
I
you
know
do
what you're saying. I know
it. Okay.
exactly what you're saying. And a pattern interrupt would be something like stop,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yes.
I don't do that.
Okay.
But but I've gotten to where when I start hearing those things, it's like, oh, there it goes. How can you think differently? So my pattern interrupt is very, very subtle.
Okay. It's
But I really think that especially over these last 2 weeks, I've gotten better at hearing the spirit so that when I get into that place, spirit can talk to me and say, listen to what you're saying. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the best pattern interrupt I can have.
I agree.
I understand all about that. And also another thing I do is put on music.
Okay.
I'll put on really, really good music. Do I always do it? No, nobody does it
I was
perfectly
gonna
every
say
time.
nobody's perfect. Yep.
No, but I'm doing much better at it. And especially as I'm writing, oh, I know that you guys talk about meditation, and meditation, I on and off,
Mm-hmm.
but my writing, I am so good at. This morning, I started writing at 6:30 and stopped at 9, and I could have kept going. I gain so much because I just allow the thoughts to flow, and he takes me from that place of, he takes me from here and puts me here,
Yes.
and I feel it, to where I then go into, like I told you last week, really having these conversations. An incredible conversations. That's my pattern interrupt. And I feel like I'm in such a good place. And I get witnesses like this all the time. I'm crying my lashes off, and it's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't go in for 2 weeks to get them redone. So I make sure that when I cry now, that I keep my eyes open so that it doesn't.
Right.
Is that crazy?
No.
Father understands. He gets it. He
Yep.
gets it. My lashes are really important.
Yes.
There's not a lot I do in that regard for myself anymore. But that is one thing I give to myself. And it's like, I get them, and I get them to stay looking nice. And they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. I agree. Oh shoot, you froze. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I get witnesses almost every single day like this, that I'm exactly where I need to be.
What a gift.
And what's my days, when I started off like that, oh my gosh, I have awesome days.
Oh, good. What a beautiful gift. And I think, the Lord talks to us each differently. I actually find my writing to be the place where I get more than my meditation. So I always meditate, and then I go and I have my pen and paper.
Right.
Because I do feel like that meditation opens me, but it's the writing for me too. And
it engages the brain in a way.
Yeah.
Truly. And there are some days when I write that I've got the music going on at the same time in my head, which also helps engage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not this and this too, because our hearts have a brain. Did you know that?
I've heard, yes.
I love that idea. I wish if I had all the time in the world, I would research all that kind of stuff and learn more about my brain and how it works exactly, and how my heart, and where's my gut in that, because the gut's involved too. I take other people's word for it and let it go at that sometimes.
Right. Because you have, there's a point that you just have to. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, so I'm not really bumping up against anything.
Okay.
I just really feel like I'm in a good place. I know something is coming. I feel yesterday in Relief Society was interesting. I was honestly, I don't know about you, but during COVID, when we weren't going to church at all, I really got used to that.
I did too.
Really got used to it. I think most of us did. And because I do so much of my studying much of my learning is on my own, not at church. It's like other than the sacrament, which I was able to get at home, going back was like, oh, do we have to? But I've gotten to where now I look forward to attending church. Okay. There's the fellowship and everything else that's just great. And sacrament meeting was great. And then I got in Relief Society, and I don't know what happened. Comments from some of the people, there is so much masculine energy in how we teach there is so much of the gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough in there that I just, and I usually make a lot of comments, and I just thought, I'm not even going to talk here because it's not, I'm not. And then the teacher said something, and it was like, I can't, I gotta say it. I gotta say it. So I just kind of said my thing, and it was about doing and making, and we're always focusing on that as our checklist, and not Christ. And what we talk about Christ, and yet we go on and move in a way, act in a way as if, thank you for being there, I really appreciate it, I've got this.
Yep.
Or feel like we need to, right?
Absolutely.
What the heck is that?
I don't know. It's definitely a cultural thing that
It is. And we have got to get away from that. And part of that is all involved in programming, right?
Yes.
And so I'm finding, so getting back to what I was originally saying, I'm finding that I'm becoming more and more and more passionate about helping people recognize those programs that are preventing them, most importantly, preventing them from totally and completely embracing the Savior as a partner in their lives.
Right.
Does that make sense? And the thing I think is so interesting is my friends or people that I am acquainted with who are evangelical Christians seem to do it much better than we do.
Yep.
Because they're always taught that Christ saves by grace. And we were taught, anyway, I was from little, we're saved by our works.
Yes.
No.
Right.
It doesn't mean our works aren't important, but it's still all about grace.
Yep.
And until we can learn to say that.
There's a couple of beautiful talks by Dieter F. Uchtdorf.
Oh,
that are about grace.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Brad Wilcox. Do you ever read Brad Wilcox's book?
I have.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yes, he is. He is. Yeah.
It is all about grace. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just telling you that there are some beautiful talks from Dieter F. Uchtdorf on grace that are like, thank you that there's somebody in leadership saying it.
I don't think we talk about it enough. So what I'm doing right now is going back over the most recent talks from President Nelson, and to really get into what I think he's meaning. I get to teach Relief Society next time.
Okay.
And I am so excited. I taught a couple of months ago too, and because it's not my calling.
Oh, okay.
And really looking forward to bringing up the whole being rather than the doing part.
That'll be beautiful.
But anyway, it all goes back to this feeling that I have, that this passion that keeps getting stronger and stronger of the importance of getting people to see their programs, and how it prevents them from creating, those programs prevent them from creating the kind of connection that they could have to the Savior if they would just let this stuff go. But they don't even know this stuff is here. Right. So it's like, okay, I love that idea. I love that idea. I don't know how. I don't need to know how yet. I just know that that's this fire that's just kind of burning up inside. It's starting to just really, and that right now I get to paint.
What a beautiful thing.
I guess all I know is that's where we are. So no, not bumping up against anything, just really enjoying this space where I am.
Oh, beautiful. I'm so glad. Oh,
yeah.
Is there anything I can help you with? Anything you need from me right now?
You're just great to just be. I just love to be able to return and report, honestly, to go, see what I did? This was so much fun.
My daughter asks me all the time, did she do a new one yet?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I go through and I show her what you've done. She loves it.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So-
bring her. Where do you guys live?
We're in Roosevelt, so we're quite a,
Oh, you
We're-
are a ways.
yeah, we're three-ish hours out probably.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's quite a ways to come for a paint thing. But,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, like I say, I've got you right now. Then of course we've got our office hour at 11, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I've got a friend I'm talking to at 1, and then I've got the energetic connection follow-up call at 2, and it's like, I wanted to paint today. I didn't want to be on the phone or on Zoom all day. I wanted to paint. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get the painting in or not later on, hopefully.
Yeah, I will send that energy your way so that everything goes smoothly and wonderfully so that you do have some time to spend in the painting.
I'm not worried about it going smoothly. It will, because it's all stuff I'm going to enjoy. It's just that
You're
and
just
over the
itching
weekend,
to get
yeah, I had some ideas on some with paints, with the acrylic paints that I use. You get transparent, you get semi-transparent, you get opaque paints.
Okay.
That's one way to categorize some of these, besides color and besides brand and everything else that goes into them. And the ones that I've been working on that have got the pearl paints that got that vibrant color on them
Okay.
after they dried, I put them on an opaque base. And I'm wondering if it has to be a dark base, otherwise they won't show up.
Right.
But I'm just thinking that if I use transparent color as the base to see how those colors will come through a different way, I'm really excited to see how that will work. So that's my next
That'll be fun.
experiment.
Okay.
And I went and got some of those gorgeous colors. Oh my gosh, transparent colors, because I don't have a lot of transparent that are
fun.
dark.
Well,
And so I'm very excited to try that out.
Well, I can't wait to see.
I will show you as soon as I get it done. I will show you. It will be
Awesome.
great.
Awesome.
And now that I've had my family over for the month, I'm going to cover my dining room table in plastic, and I'm going to work in an area where I can really expand and do more than just one painting a day. So
Oh, good. Awesome.
it's all good. It's all
Okay.
good.
Beautiful. Well, if you need something, you know where to reach me.
I do.
Okay.
It's all good.
Awesome. Well, it's been so much fun chit-chatting and hearing about all your wins and just the beautiful things that are happening in your life. So thank you.
Thanks, Shelley. It's good to visit with you. I always like this.
Yes, it's fun. So
Okay.
we will see you at office hour in a half hour, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
there.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll
Thank
see
you.
ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.